Advent of computer system to the public paved ways to many needs. Computer system can be used for, either for enterprise or individual purposes. As it evolves, people cultivated the initiatives to engage as many business activities, which led to robust system development and even went as far as programmers writing codes to make the system do complex activities to aid revolution of new activities and developments. With a computer system, online business is fastly in progress, which brought numerous activities like electronic commerce, social media, and electronic data warehouse. This paper will characterize various groups of hackers. It will give a rundown of their activities, motivation, and examine the impact on the organization, impact associated with security risk, and method and tactics used in their activities. The downside of the computer system revolution started when people utilized the system for negative purposes, writing code to disrupt the ways things are done and exploiting system to the detriment of the users. People with such a mindset to exploit the system are referred to as hackers, who are placed in three categories based on their activities, such as white hat, gray hat, and black hat. White hats are individuals known as ethical hacker that utilize their hacking skills for defensive purposes. These are security professionals with knowledge of hacking and utilizing it to solve security loopholes in software or network infrastructure and make recommendations for patches to prevent hackers from stealing information or destroying the system. In addition, these ethical computer hackers specialize in penetration testing to make sure a system is truly secure. Companies hire these professionals to do penetration testing, both internally and externally, and such practice is especially prevalent when launching a new system in order to seek out hidden vulnerabilities that have been overlooked. White hat hackers are motivated to identify security vulnerabilities and responsibly disclose them to a manufacturer or client organization. White hats may be hired as employees, contracted security researchers, or hobbyists. They use the same methods of hacking as black hats, but with one exception: they carry out hacking activity with the permission of the owner of the system first, which validates the process to be completely legal. The role of white hat trolls helps platforms and media gatekeepers identify attacks and reduce their attack surface. Black hat hackers are noxious people that utilize their abilities for illicit or malignant purposes. They break into and generally manipulate the framework respectability of remote machines, with noxious aim. This type of hackers wreck crucial information, deny honest-to-goodness client service, and fundamentally cause issues for their objectives. The motivation of these malicious hackers is collective, personal, or financial gain, and they can also be involved in cyber espionage, protest, or perhaps are just addicted to the thrill of cybercrime. These are amateurs, professional criminals, or nation-state or terrorist supported. In some cases, they may be insiders, employee, former employee, or affiliated with the victim. Black hats hackers are generally associated with malware, data breaches, intrusions, or destroying victim computers, devices, or networks. Gray hats hackers are security researchers or corporations hobbyists who stand in line between white hat and black hat hacking. These set of hackers identify vulnerabilities in systems without the consent of the system owner, and they report the information instead of selling it on the black market. However, the hacker may request a fee for reporting the vulnerability or publicly disclose the information if the entity does not fix the problem fast enough to satisfy the gray hat. Though they are not inherently malicious, but gray hat hacking can be considered illegal activities. Essentially, the goal of a gray hat's activities are somewhat similar to white hat hacker by exposing vulnerabilities in public and government systems to facilitate improving the system and network security, as well as promoting advances in technology and consumer protection. The motivation of these individuals are not malicious, but looking to get something or be compensated for their discoveries. Gray hat hackers wouldn't exploit the vulnerabilities of a system but still considered illegal due to they didn't receive permission from the owner before checking the system for vulnerability. Impact associated with hacking and security risk. When an organization is attacked, they tend to lose important documents, such as documentation of business process, trade secrets and customers, and employees' contact information. Hackers can damage data by completely erasing the data or damaging the hardware or hard drive. The impact of hacking organization could include some level of legal liability when someone's data is stolen and the organization is unable to fulfill the contract needs. Large organizations know that the threat of hacking is real, which could adversely wreck the company or huge financial burden for settlements, and they proactively devise measures to protect their business information as well as customers' data. It's required that business organizations take cybersecurity threats seriously in order to safeguard their business interests. A major security threat to businesses is ransomware, a type of malware that encrypts business data and only unlockable in exchange with a huge sum of money to the hackers. Ordinarily, all the hackers may use the same tools, only different is the purpose of using it and their core motivations. 1. Nmap is a network scanning tool used by hackers to discover vulnerabilities on the network. 2. Wireshark. It is used to capture data packets in a network and reveals the content of the data in a readable format. 3. Cain-Enable is used to crack passwords to gain access to a computer network. 4. Ping is used to check if a host is available on a network to devise means to get into it. The modern-day's cybersecurity threat is huge concern to the organization and cybersecurity professionals. It is substantial benefit to understand the type of hackers, their motivation and methods of operation in order to understand their various capabilities. It's obvious that white hat trolls helps the organization with their permission to identify cybersecurity threats on their networks to avoid being attacked. The gray hat trolls to point out vulnerabilities on organization computer networks without their permission and pressure them to make changes, and the black hat trolls to discover vulnerability on the organization network with the intention to exploit and steal information for financial gains. Taking everything into account, it can be validated that white hat known as ethical hacking is like a watchdog that blocks cybersecurity threat noticed on organization networks and also an accomplice to meeting organizational cybersecurity challenges. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more cybersecurity awareness videos. YouTube channel at EZ Cybercare website www.ezcybercare.com